Hi everybody, this is Justin Doman with Elite Audio Video. We're coming to you from Fort Worth. Going to be walking through one of our most recent pre-wires, kind of going over what we've done and how we've wired it. We've wired this house for full video distribution using Just Add Power. Multiple rooms of whole house audio, Control 4, and quite a few other cool home automation things are going in. Coming into the garage, we'll have two LiftMaster units in here that we are controlling to allow entry in and out of the garage. We do have pre-wired speakers here and over here. You see our wiring coming through. Keep everything high and out of the way. Then also over here in the garage, we have our TV wiring. This is a 14 by 14 back box. Whenever it gets trimmed out, it'll have a plate that's hidden behind the TV that allows us to completely flush mount the TV and hide any additional electronics actually in the wall. It's pretty cool. Coming into the home, in the laundry room, we've got two speakers as well as a wireless access point. This is going to be a really cool house. Coming into the living room and the kitchen. We do have two speakers. We pre-wired and put in the back rings for Origin Acoustics. D85s is what we're currently planning, so this room is going to sound really good along with all of the other rooms that we're putting in. Down here is our kind of our stub for our island. We got different cat cables there. Basically what's going to happen is we'll have our island with a kind of a fur out and the waterfall, and then actually underneath the island we'll have RGB tape to light up the inside of the island. This is going to be the wine cabinet over here. You can see our orange wire there. Any orange wires you see are for our RGB tape. At the top of the wine cabinet going across, we'll have hidden RGB to light this whole thing up whatever color we want, along with the kitchen. Coming into the living room, we're going to have 3 shades across this big sliding door from Q Motion. It's just going to be a kind of a 3% charcoal, and then up top we've got 3 more shades that we have pre-wired as well. Coming over the fireplace, we're currently looking at a Sony Master Series 85-inch. We've got our TV wiring in place. You can see our electrical brought up, you can see our TV wires, and then you can see our conduit. You'll notice that every one of these boxes does have a conduit, which is pretty cool. We don't do a lot of this, but every TV does have a conduit back to the main room to pull a actual HDMI cable or a fiber optic HDMI cable or something they want in the future, just because we don't know what's going to be around in 5 or 10 years. So it's an easy way to allow us to upgrade. So under the 85-inch TV, we've also planned for a Paradigm 3-channel soundbar to make this room sound really good for music, because as you can see, the ceilings are pretty high. Just didn't really think that in ceilings would sound the best. So we're going to do a nice sound bar, and then over here in this cubby we've got planned to do a GL Audio E112 inside the cabinets that are going to be right there. You're also going to see a couple of these. I haven't tied these down yet just because we're waiting on the specs for this cabinet. There's going to be 4 floating shells that go through, and then we're going to use color beam LED tape that actually is put into the bottom of each one, recessed in about 3/4 of an inch. That way you see the glow but no lights. So we have to pull those back up at each shelf. So we're just kind of waiting in a standstill to get those dimensions. We'll go to this back room first so we don't forget it. Guest bedroom number 1, we've got our speakers pre-wired, and then we have our TVs pre-planned. Nowhere that we could fit in the center of this room for 14 by 14, so we just went ahead and put in our standard LV1 and then our electrical right next to it. As you can see up there, that's pretty cool. We have all of our different conduits that come down through the house and go back to our AV rack room. It's kind of dark in here. We had a break-in, and actually they stole all the copper out of the house, so we kind of boarded everything up and sheeted up, so it was a little harder to get in. Coming into the media room, it's going to be really cool. We're going to have a 133-inch Screen Innovations black diamond zero-edge slate, acoustically transparent. So the black wires that we see zigzag down the walls, those are going to be KEF CI3160 front speakers. Just amazing speakers, sound great, and they're completely hidden. So we can get a lot of sound from the front stage that is completely hidden. We have our subwoofer that'll sit right over here. We got a JL Fathom F113 going in there to fill this room full of bass. And then you'll see our orange cable there as well. That's going to allow us to wrap the screen with our RGB tape to light this baby up purple for TCU Horned Frog Saturdays. And then the same with our cove lighting. You're going to notice multiple cats up top. That will allow us to wrap this cove with RGB as well. So when the screen comes on, this will also come on to give it a really cool effect. Up in the ceiling here, even though it's not the biggest room in the world, we're still doing Dolby Atmos 5.1.4. So these are going to be our front heights. Right here will our mids. That will give us our Atmos sound from the ceiling. Right here, we do have our surround left. We got it zigzag so we can get it to wherever we want based off the cabinets that are there to look good. And then mirrored up over here on this other side, we do have the same thing. Coming to the back of the room, we have our rear Atmos height back there. And we have our other rear Atmos height over here. And then coming right here in the middle, we got prepped for a Epson 6050 light cannon projector right there. We got our TV wiring as well as our conduit, so we can pull a max fiber optic HDMI to it to get our real 4K content pumped in. Coming back through our living room, we got our touch panel pre-wired for our Control 4 10-inch touch panel. And then each room, we did design the lighting in this house as well to be a Control 4 kind of a keypad lighting system. So you'll have 6 buttons on each keypad. We'll have lights, we'll have shades, we'll have music, volume up, volume down. Everything will be custom controlled from each one of the keypads inside the house. And each spot that you see a blue box is going to be a keypad that will be custom programmed to do something around the house. Coming into the master bedroom, over the bed we do have 2 speakers, and then we do have our 14 by 14 with our TV wiring. Everything, as you see, is completely wrapped, ready for sheetrock, ready for texture. We got our security wiring in place. That will be our DSC Neo keypad. Coming into the master bath, we have our speakers. They're in line with our can lights there. And then we have our TV wiring. This is actually going to be a cabinet that comes out, and that's where they requested the TV to be sitting. We'll have, I'm not sure what type of cabinet right there, but they wanted it just to sit on the countertop. Got this awesome door here, fully pivoting. Let's see, yeah, we can unlock it here, so we can actually pull this bad boy open. That's a cool door. We're gonna put a DSC slimline contact on that to control it. Oh, it actually goes out as well, which is really cool. We actually see our doorbell wiring here as well. It's gonna be a Ring Elite doorbell. Got our standard doorbell wiring, and then we actually have our CAT as well. That stone's really nice. It looks really good. We'll just glance at the front of the house here. We have our camera wiring to see the street. Our camera wiring over here to see the sidewalk. Lock this door. Bear with me for 1 second. Okay. Kind of got a bonus room right here. Got another cove. We're not doing any LEDs in it. We're just doing some speakers. This is actually going to be a library for the people. And then we have our TV location right there. We're not going to trim that out. We're just going to kind of keep it hidden. Put some plates on it, so we're not going to put a TV in here for the time being. Then over here in this last bedroom, we have another 14 by 14 with our TV wiring. And then over the bed, we do have our speakers. Coming into our equipment closet. As you can see, we have everything completely wire managed, cable combed, wrapped with our different plastics to make sure that everything is protected during sheetrock. And look how clean those wires come down. I mean, that's really nice right there. We put a lot of effort into our pre-wires to get this effect. So what we do in these cable trenches, we will actually have different network switches that line that way we can plug everything into the house into our different 24-port network switch, our 8-port network switch, and then we'll actually have the cable company's modem and our router living inside here. And then we'll have just a couple cables that feed out of that into our rack, as long with our speaker cables right there. Here we have our different stub out wires. We've got our security wire. We've got our coaxes that we don't really use much of anymore. And then up here we have our wiring for our color beam DMX panels that will feed all the RGBs. We're gonna go outside to this patio real fast, just to talk about it, because we're doing some cool stuff on this patio as well. Bear with me, we have to walk all the way around due to the doors being blocked off. camera wire up here, took down the street this way. Got our mosquito screen tracks going in right here that will close this patio completely off. Coming in here, we have our speaker brackets. We haven't been able to cut those yet because they've been in here the last couple days, getting everything put in. You're gonna notice we've got orange cables in each corner. We're gonna do custom recessed strip lighting all the way through this bad boy. So it'll be a big square that is recessed through all of the wood paneling that's up here. So on game day or Christmas or whatever, we can turn this cove into a lighting scene for this this porch area right here. So when people drive by, it'll be purple. We can make it green, we make it red, whatever color they want. And then I've got two different cats right there. Those are going to be little spotlights that go back at this door. So we can have one color for like red for Christmas, then we can have the spotlights going down on the doors for green, or we can do like college colors for the purple and then another one white. Just whatever, whatever we really feel like we want to make those do, we can do, and make it pretty cool. Lighting is one of the future parts of our business that we're really focusing on and trying to do some cool stuff with it. Here we have another 14 by 14 for our outdoor patio TV. Just kind of had our stone guys decided to put in their own blue boxes. We caught that yesterday. They already had it stoned in, and we made them come back out here and cut our 14 by 14 out because we just really want a back box to keep this TV as flush as possible. When we do the 14 by 14s, we can keep the TVs a millimeter off the wall, whereas a standard mount sits off the wall, 2 or 3 inches, and you just really want to keep everything nice and clean. Appreciate you guys watching this walkthrough. Do me a favor, can you like this video and subscribe? I'm trying to release as much new content as I can. If you guys have any questions, you all have been calling me, you've been texting me, emailing me. I like that.